You're watching the 38th season of Football Friday. Live from WTOK, it's Football Friday with Patrick Talbot and Eve Hernandez. Football Friday begins now.
Welcome back in. It is week 3 of Football Friday, and it was a great night of action across East Mississippi and West Alabama tonight.
Yes, Patrick, it was. We had crews at 8 games in Newton, Neshoba, Lauderdale County, and Sumter County tonight. So let's go ahead and get right into this week's game of the week that was out in Decatur, where Newton County had a playoff rematch against Poplarville tonight. Poplarville with the ball, quarterback Cindy Blackman looking for the right sideline, but that ball is picked off by Cougars Byron Pruitt, and he's still on his feet, fighting his way down to the Hornets' 25-yard line. Protect our house indeed, Brian Pruitt. Cougars not able to capitalize off their turnover, but on their next drive, that's CJ Towner able to get the ball over the middle to Kamari Brown. He can't get quite past the defenders there, and after a few penalties on the next couple of plays, the Cougars do look to fight their way back upfield. CJ Towner takes a snap again and is able to find Kamari Brown once again. He tried to stick his foot in the ground and get upfield there, but he stopped just short of the sticks. But Poplarville does end up coming away with the win in this one. They win 16-0.
Meanwhile, right up the road, the Generals hosting the Ben's Ford Eagles tonight. Quarterback Ty Thrash looking for the man of the night, Hunter Scarborough. He already had 4 touchdowns on the night at this point. Can he get another? Just couldn't get past the safety right here. Nice shoestring tackle by the safety. Next play, Ty Thrash takes a snap, goes the same direction, trying to connect with the tight end Marshall. Just a little too high. Ty Thrash once again looking for the end zone. He finds Jackson Bunyard over the middle, and Bunyard finds himself inside the 5-yard line. Newton County Academy does score here, makes it a 50-0 game. Generals take this one, 56-14.
And now we head to Harpole Stadium as Philadelphia plays host to county rival Choctaw Central, just a 15-minute drive down the road. First play after kickoff, Cooper Wesley is going to launch it to a wide open Keyshawn Ben. He takes it to the house for an easy Warriors touchdown to give the visitors an early lead. But the Tornadoes, they didn't really like it that much, as on the following drive, Jacamarian Boiler tricks everyone, including the cameraman right here, for the response, but they could not hit the 2-point conversion. Choctaw leads 7-6, not even halfway through in the first quarter. From there, it was all gas, no brakes for Philadelphia. Next drive, Bowler again, Enzo once again. Philadelphia goes up 12-7. To end the quarter, Tornadoes will tack on another right at the start of the second, and they end up winning 70-39. Such a good night of football. Even the weather was great tonight. How are things for you out at the tailgate game, Patrick?
Oh, it was great. The weather was fantastic. 77 degrees
great
in the first quarter. I was like, am I in Mississippi or am I in
the
north?
It felt like fall.
I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do here. But the cross-county rival matchups, they're always fun. Let's go ahead and head out to Southeast Lauderdale, where the Tigers, they're taking on the Northeast Lauderdale Trojans in this week's Week 3 matchup for the tailgate. In the first quarter, Jace Jemison takes the snap, hands it off to Willie Hill, who finds a hole up the middle, and he is just too fast for the Tigers trying to catch him. He's in for 6 points. Northeast, though, they would miss this extra point attempt right here. High snap. Jemison was just good enough to get that. However, the field goal was missed. 6-0 with just over 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. A lot of defense here in this first half. Later in the first half, though, Southeast quarterback Jalen Ivey got rolled up on a play. He's down for quite some time. Ivey had to be carted off the field, but he was in good spirits when he was doing so as he was waving to the crowd. The crowd gave him a nice standing ovation, so hopefully he gets better. Final score from Southeast Lauderdale, the Tigers lose it. Northeast wins it 20-6.
And now we're going to switch over to the Clarkdale game. The Bulldogs hosted the Forest Bearcats, and the Bulldogs' defense was not enough to hold off the Bearcats' offense. Quarterback Javarius Lofton throws it deep right there, number 15, Ty Chambers. That touchdown brings the game to a score of 6-0 early on. Clarkdale would attempt to answer the call. We got some nice people waving to the camera right there. Always love when people ask to wave to the camera. Luke Williams handed the ball off to number 23, Ladonia Adams, for a near 25-yard run. This play did end the first quarter. The Bulldogs kept the ball, but their Bearcats defense didn't let this drive last very much longer. Clarkdale's quarterback, Javarius Lofton's going to come back on the field in a second. He takes the snap, and he's looking for somewhere to go. He lets that ball go, but it's picked off by number 1 and Terrell Pinkston, giving the possession back to Forest. The Bearcats win this one 26-7.
Meanwhile, in Neshoba, or West Lauderdale, they took on the Neshoba Central as Neshoba looked to maintain possession here with a very strong run game between junior running backs Mark Kirkland, and junior running back Mekhi Gaddis. However, it wouldn't be either one of those who would get the end zone first for Neshoba. As quarterback Will Williams would deliver this nice ball to Charles Stevenson for the touchdown. That put the Rockets up 7-0. After multiple turnovers, Central found themselves marching down the field again here, but a fumble on this play gave the ball right back to the Knights with enough time to go ahead and try and score in that first half. And who else would it be other than number 7 quarterback Caden Peoples, taking it all the way to the big house by himself, evening up the score to 7 apiece as it went to half. The West Lauderdale Knights continue to impress. They win it 27-23.
And next up on our slate, Meridian looking to make it 2 in a row following their win over Biloxi last week. The first quarter, and the Cats will strike first as quarterback Daniel Hill gives it up to Anthony Brown, who breaks a couple of tackles right there, takes it to the house for a touchdown. The Cats lead early 7-0, but the Yellow Jackets are going to be looking for a response here. Quarterback Trey Petty with the play action has time to look. His pass finds a receiver, Stonka Burnside, who will take it into the end zone. PAT ties it up at 7 apiece. Starkville is not done, though. On 3rd and long, Petty will find Burnside again over the middle. He makes some moves, keeps the Yellow Jackets drive alive. Gets out of the end zone, out of bounds right there. A couple of plays later, and Petty will keep it himself and find the edge and then the end zone to put Starkville up 14-7. Starkville goes on to pick up the win by a score of 42-21.
Meanwhile, over in West Alabama, where the Sumter Central Jaguars hosting Greensboro, we're starting this one off the end of the first quarter as running back Jamichael Ratliff slipping through the Raiders defense and finds his way to the end zone right there, giving the Jaguars a 12-0 lead into the first quarter. The very next play, though, wide receiver Taylor Crenshaw catches the pass, and he gets the 2-point conversion, further widening the lead. Now we're at the start of the second quarter where the Raiders, unfortunately, fumble the ball, and it's recovered by DeMonte Western. A few drives after that fumble, the Jaguars are going to find themselves close to scoring again. That's exactly what they do with Matravius Williams as he breaks tackles and makes his way into the end zone, giving the Jaguars a 20-0 lead. Jaguars win this one, 26-14. We want to go ahead and thank all of our crews to getting out to all 8 games tonight. You know, we've got tons of action in East and West Alabama. It was just a pleasure to get out and see those.
Yes, exactly. It's amazing. We got 8 games tonight, got to a game last night as well. And the weather, again, was just so amazing. It felt so nice outside today.
And coming up after the break, we'll hand out our second set of helmet stickers and preview this week in college football. Stay with us.